Hey friend, I have my debt tracker up because I don't want to forget to give you this update. So we are going to do some cash stuffing and some unstuffing, and I promise you're going to want to stay to the end because the debt tracker is going to get leveled up. So stay with me. Oh, I got to turn on my light. That better? I got to find my cheat sheet too. Hang on. Okay, got it. Okay, sorry. Making sure I have all the things organized. So, first things first, we are going to put up money from our 2 challenges that we completed on Monday. This one is For Sure Savings with Dexter. This is our Labrador Retriever. He is 5. And this saved us 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. It's just right 20 on here. So when we go to do our end of the month, oh, that's the wrong binder. Tracking to see how much we've saved, we will have it. So 20, 73, 45, add 20, that's 65. And it's not, oh, wrote that in the wrong column. 65, 20, and that's Dexter. I have no clue what today is. I do know it's May. Yeah, we're going to leave that there, just like that, because I have no clue. I don't want to pause my phone because I'm recording on my phone. So we'll leave that there. And it won't be long before we're pulling this because I am due for an oil change. So eating out is up next. And this one, oh, that one was by me. You can get that off of my Ko-fi. I haven't added a lot to my Ko-fi. Apparently, God saw fit that I needed a soap business, and that has been very rewarding, very overwhelming, full of 10 steps back, 5 steps forward, learning lots of new stuff. So Ko-fi has gone by the wayside. There's still some stuff on there, but it's not anything I am keeping up, and that's why. So this one is by the Faithful Dash, and it's an banana. Is this a banana split? Yeah. It saved us $36. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So, 5. Don't know what today is. 36. Dexter, please don't. This is real life. He hears a vehicle driving by. Here's my calculator. I'm not going to attempt to do this in my head. 16 plus 36 is 52. Sunday. I think that's how you spell that. Is it EA or AE? EA? I don't know. We'll go with it. So, of course, this one gets put in there. Okay, now for our next binder, we have trailer taxes, and we have a mobile home, and I am just sticking $5 in a week. I need to do a tracker for that, so that envelope is just going in here till I can remember to do the tracker. And the same thing for 2027 accountant. I did $10 in here. We already had $10. Again, I need to do trackers. I did not, so that's staying in there. That's just going and saving up to pay for our accountant fees to have taxes done. I've taken this past year and I've looked what our reoccurring expenses are and what I can create sinking funds for. And so mobile home taxes and accountant taxes are just part of that. Banquet, there is an envelope for that. I need to do vet because the dog is $200 every time he goes to the vet for his annual shots. So I'm going to guess this is, since I did this on the 7th, this is probably close to the 21st. We're going to go with that. $10. This is a banquet we go to every year in February. And it's $100 for the ticket for a couple. Ticket price is possibly going up next year, but that'll be a landing point and we can adjust. Grass, $60. I haven't put anything because we've just been keeping up with it in real time. 60, 90. So in 2 weeks when my nephew comes and cuts, that money is there. Walmart Plus gets $5. And this is just for the annual subscription. Car tag. Let's go ahead and do car tag. It's right here. Car tag gets $6. Car tag should have money. Why doesn't it have money? I cash condensed. I bet I didn't put something back where it should. So we're going to put 6, 5, 115, 521. Yeah, I need to go back. I'm trying to remember. Something's going to have way too much money somewhere. Let's just count real quick. Hunting license for my husband. I should have gotten $3. I don't know why I don't have a hunting license. Did I miss it? Did I do it? There it is. I just didn't grab it. Okay. So, hunting license, 521. That's just what we're going to go with. 3, 89, 90, 91 is what we should have. I should have filmed my cash condensing that I did yesterday, but oh well. Looks like this is going to be where I accidentally stuck the wrong money. This is way more than $91. And it's got a lot of 5s and a lot of 1s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1. Car tags should have, I just put, well, I'll just pull it out. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're $10 off somewhere. So we'll just adjust this. Not going to stress over it. 105 fixed. Now, quite honestly, I have no clue why this 5 is here. Because I got sidetracked on hunting license and car tags. We're not touching escrow. We're not touching Hurricane, Optavia, Walmart Plus. There it is. Okay. $521, $575 should be in there. We're just going to trust that it is. We don't get too caught up in this because you shouldn't have to get too caught up in all this. I have a piece of paper under my desk. Oh, and I'm stepping on it. Hang on. Okay. Alright, so we don't need to touch car tag money. We don't need to touch hunting license, although that's coming up soon. Escrow, Hurricane, Optavia, Walmart we don't need to touch. Emergency fund we don't need to touch. I will pull some of this money out. Sorry. Thought I was going to have to replace my brakes. But sometimes when it's been raining and I first use my car, like this set overnight, my brakes squeal the first few taps, and that must have been what it was, because it was rainy that day. So next time I'm going to the town, this bank that I put this money is in. We'll go from there. Lawn care won't be for 2 weeks. Vet, I need to start putting money in. Banquet, we don't need to touch. Let's check this other one. Okay, 2026 trip. We did get the date for the wedding. The potential trip that we had is a wedding. We did get the date. It is a very short notice, and it's a 14-hour trip. And the date, we already have something booked on that. So we unfortunately are not going to be able to attend that. So I got to figure out what to do with that money. Car maintenance is coming up, but we will leave that one another week or so. Housing, I need to pull $30 because we have antenna grass. Do you have antenna grass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It is the most annoying grass you can have. It has these little spiky things that come up, and then they have a little shoot like an antenna. I don't know what the real name is. We call it antenna grass. Grass spray. So I bought some spray that is supposed to kill the antenna grass, which will probably kill half the grass in my yard. But we can start over because I'm tired of antenna grass. I have to cut weeds. I have to cut antenna grass a lot of times in the summer. I don't have to cut necessarily my grass. So the idea is to kill it off, spray where we know it's at only because it's coming up, deal with a dead yard this summer, and then when it's the proper time to seed the grass, then we'll do that. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, nice dinner out. We are pulling this because my husband's in town. One of his best friends, we try to, so we're going to change that to a 21. 5, 21, 50, that should be 0, 52. So we're hoping to meet up with him and his wife while my husband is in town. And so we're going to pull this money out. So 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Math was wrong somewhere. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Did I write that down wrong? We're just going to go with it. Not stressing over it. It's down to 0. We can start over. Medical. There is nothing in medical. Yeah, that backs it. Finding all kinds of mistakes. Don't need to pull anything from clothing. Now. This is going to be fun, and we are going to level this thing up today. So, as you know, we have been working on our Care Credit card. We're just going to use today's date. In theory, what today's date is. So, on May 13th, because I have the dates when I made the payment. I made a $13 payment, and this was, I budgeted for our Verizon bill, and it was lower than I budgeted. And then on May 15th, my husband got paid, and we had some rollover money, which was hurricane, escrow, Quest, IRS, and the regular care credit payment. Okay, and what I mean by rollover. So we originally had a fund for hurricane in case something happened, because we lived through Helene and learned a lot of stuff. And I was taking $50 and putting it in a fund. Well, we got through that next hurricane season, and now we have a bigger emergency fund with the saving 2026 and 2026. So I feel pretty confident that I don't need to save more unless this year's hurricane season prediction is off the chain. And the early predictions of how many hurricanes are going to be in the Atlantic. And we also get hit by the Gulf, and Gulf is always worse than the Atlantic hurricanes for us. So that's that 50 rolled in. Then we had escrow, which is another 50, because when our homeowners insurance went up by $800 and something last year, we were putting $50 toward escrow to keep our escrow from going up when it reset the first part of this year. Then Quest, we had a small $10 payment that we were making toward Quest last year. That debt is paid off, so that Quest money is being rolled into this. Then we had a $135 IRS bill, and that is paid off, and that is being rolled into this. And then we also had our $63 regular care credit payment. So all that to say is $308 that we paid. And then on May 18th, I paid $37 toward this because this is my chiropractor appointment, CHIRO. We're going to abbreviate. And right now I don't have that. Our insurance is picking it up 100%, where I used to have to pay $37 every time I went. So I went this past Monday. And then in Georgia, our governor signed into, we've gotten this the last 2 or 3 years, where there has been a surplus in taxes. And so you get kind of, I guess, a rebate. And you have to file, I think it's your 2024 and 2025 taxes. And you can't owe the state of Georgia anything for your taxes. And so all that has to be paid up. And if you meet a certain income requirement, and there's this whole little formula thing they base it on. Bottom line, the rebate is $500 for a married couple. $250 or $350 for head of household. $350 for head of household. $250 for a single person. We're a married household. So we got $500 in our checking account. So 5/21. Today is the 21st because I have this written down on my cheat sheet. I'd already talked with my husband to know what to do with that money when it hit. So $467 Georgia rebate. So let's do some math. I got soap on my calculator. So what happens when you make soap? So our balance was $860 and we paid $13. So that is $847 minus $308 is $539 minus $37 is $502. Why is this math not mathing? I missed something somewhere. Bottom line, 502 minus 467 is $35. And if if I went on my Care Credit account, I'm sure I could find a payment for $35 that I've missed, because my balance when I made that $467 payment is 0. So there is a $35 payment that didn't get written down on this. Paid off 5/21/26. So Care Credit is paid off. So we are flipping over to our next debt. The creditor is Chase credit card, and our starting balance is $4,128.10. I need to look up my minimum payment, because I have a minimum payment, but I base it on where we started when we started the debt snowball. I think it's $124. That's what we pay a month toward that. Interest rate is 17.74. So today, 5/21, we had $33 left from that $500, and that is 4128.10 minus 33 is a balance of $4,095.10, and this is Georgia rebate. So we leveled it up because we got to move and pay a little bit, just a little bit, to our next debt in our debt snowball. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for celebrating today on Care Credit being paid off and moving on to Chase. We are moving into a hybrid phase in our debt, because Chase technically isn't our lowest debt. Right now, it is a medical bill for our son at a local hospital, and I can get, during tax season, a 40% discount by paying it in full. And they offer 25% for the rest of the year. So what we've decided to do is we are going to set aside a certain amount of money. I think it's $55 every one of my husband's paychecks. So every other week we'll put aside $55 into a sinking fund to get us to the point of the paying off with the 40% discount at tax season, because it's a bigger discount. It will also allow us to start paying off on this Chase card that has the higher interest rate. So we're kind of doing, I guess at this point, the debt avalanche, but also saving on the side. So $55 of this sinking fund money, the snowball money, will go toward the sinking fund for the medical bill. But I'm not going to track that, because right now we're just making the $25 minimum payment. It'll be tracked through a ledger as a sinking fund in one of these envelopes. So that catches you up where we are. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the accountability. Thank you for just hanging out with me week after week for all these videos. We've been doing this a year, and that snowball is really snowballing. The big debt is thankfully interest-free. My husband years ago fell out of a tree stand and had a tib-fib compound fracture. 5 weeks later had a 14-inch blood clot in the opposite leg. And to have $430,000 when I stopped counting the medical bills once we kind of had all the big stuff. The hospital stays, the 2 air evac flights, the 3 ambulance rides, the home health visits, the home health rehab, 11 days in a rehabilitation hospital to relearn to walk, like all the things. To have $430,000 in medical bills and to come out with $50,000 in medical bills, and right now $37,000 of that is an air evac bill. So that one's going to take a while to get to. And that one's going to take a while to save up, because we don't qualify for help. We don't qualify for a reduction rate. There's a whole rigmarole. I'll probably tell that story when we get to that point in the snowball. But bottom line, That one's big. Thankfully, it has no interest. We're just paying the minimum payment right now and that they require, and we will have to save up to pay a lump sum to get that that 40% discount. So we got a ways to go, but we will get there. Right now, we're on Chase and a medical bill for a hospital. As a hybrid, come back and see me on Saturday because that is box challenge for Christmas and birthdays 2026. Bye, friend.